between the lines, and in essence, we're killing all the signs, giving you the chance to make your move. Undecided indecision, you know you lose too, yeah. If there's a question, read between the lines, and in essence, we're killing all the signs, giving you the chance to make your moves. Undecided indecision, you know you lose too, yeah. Always looking out for number one. Always looking out for number one.
The following program is closed captioned for the thinking impaired.
Choose your command. You have chosen
the Face Off Hockey Show.
I mean, hockey is my life. I've got on hockey underwear right now.
The Face Off Hockey Show. What? With Scotty Waz. Sean O.
breakaway. Big two-city scores! There we go!
And the P-Boys, Johnny and Mark with the C.
Yeah, baby.
You believe it not? Oh, yes!
Here's your host for the Face Off Hockey Show, Scotty Waz.
More safer than a crash landing of a helicopter by Shane O'Mac. It's Face Off Hockey Show. As you can see, new digs. There's a couple reasons for that, but when we get to my week, we'll talk about that. But ladies and gentlemen, usually it's the John and Scott Show on the Face Off Hockey Show when there's no Mark, and he's got birthing classes because he's pushing out a baby. But this week, we bring you famous skier Antonio Bordalis.
I'm actually related to Steve Dallas. Did you know this?
Steve Dallas.
Yes. Since we were talking about things, about things that we bought this week, random Prime purchase, Prime Day. I brought a new winter coat. And these were like $200 off. So I was like, you know what? I mean, why not? I can shovel my snow. I'll go outside. I'll shovel my snow. I won't get anything in. Here's the best part about these things. Best part about them: high-powered magnets, right? High-powered magnets. So all I have to do is pop the lens off like that, right? And I can put on an entirely new color if I'd like. All I have to do is buy a bunch of different lenses, and I can. But then, like, if I want, I just boom right back on. Greatest Prime Day ever.
Jesus! And here I am.
These were $250 set of ski goggles. I got them for $25. First of all, second of all, there is zero chance I needed these.
I was gonna say, like, what are you doing, buddy?
The last time I went skiing, I think the last time I went snowboarding was 8 years ago, and it was for one day. Wow. And I met George Mirasan that day, actually.
Your giant?
But what occurred? Yes, my giant. What occurred was that Laura told me that I needed a helmet and that I should like rent a helmet. And so when I went to ski, this helmet was on sale for like $30. It's actually a children's helmet. It fits me perfectly though. So I have a children's helmet and a pair of snowboard goggles that I got off of Prime Day. Just so I can shovel snow outside.
Yeah, for the 2 square inches you have to shovel snow.
Or if I get very daring, I can jump off my back deck into the yard.
God, here I was thinking that a portable battery charger, like a big 10-hour battery charger deal, and 12 foam pucks were a silly purchase.
Nope.
No, and it was still more cost.
That I completely go and top you.
Oh, dude, and it was you got a much better deal on it too. Jesus,
but it was free shipping. Free shipping, definitely.
That's the best part about it. Oh,
yeah. So I know that you were talking about all the random things that people like Pride Day, like things that were on sale. I don't know why, but I just had to have those. I mean, great color. They wrap around the face well, and they have a lot of coverage.
That's great. It looks good too. It looked very Ovechkin rookie year.
It looks almost like I'm a helicopter pilot.
A little bit. That looks
Or maybe
fantastic.
like an F-16 pilot wearing a snowboard helmet. But hey,
see, here's the thing: you can go ahead and make that one-man remake of Top Gun you've always wanted to do.
it's true.
It is the John and Scott show. We are here as always. Dial in your number 1-877-913-9739.
That we should ask Sean about that last week.
Oh, we should have. Damn it.
I bet you he still has that Vonage box, and I bet you he still has that phone number, and it hasn't been plugged in 10 years.
No, probably not. But he's probably still paying the money on it. He's like, we might need this. Don't worry. Oh, lordy. So what else?
We are one step closer to Blog Talk Radio-ness.
Well, thank God we're getting there, guys. But what were we saying? August 9th.
Our August 9th show, I think our anniversary show should be our first one with ads.
Yeah, so August 9th, ladies and gentlemen, you'll be hearing if you listen on the podcast, which most of you do, you'll be hearing a little bit of a different setup in terms of how we start the show. We'll still have Lefty and Lowriders. I'll cut in with saying, hey, what's up? Then we'll put in the ads, and then we'll go ahead and put in the start of the show. It's going to be sevenfold. So enjoy that.
It's not for another 3 doors down.
It is better than 3 doors down. You're not wrong. What did you do with your week there, Mr. Johnny P?
What'd I do? I bought snow goggles, as you saw. Played soccer. We lost this week. We lost 1-0. And one of the girls on our team broke her leg.
Ooh.
In a social league, which just shows you what big assholes play in social leagues.
I was going to say, was it a hard tackle?
No, it was kind of innocuous, but the dude didn't stop. So I was like, really, like it, and then broken tibia.
Ooh, that's the worst
Tibula.
kind of.
Yeah.
Tibia. Yeah.
I went fishing this weekend.
I saw that you had quite the catch.
Caught some fish. I got food for like weeks in my freezer right now. One fish can feed a family.
Wow.
Bunch of rockfish. We destroyed the rockfish population in the Chesapeake Bay.
Well, if not you, then who? Honestly.
Right. Agreed. And then went out for a really good steak. The steak with all you can eat family style mashed potatoes and cream spinach as the sides. They just came out in dishes, and they were like, "Oh, looks like you guys need more," and they brought out a brand new dish of them.
That seems amazing.
It was amazing. Other than the fact that we ate at 9 p.m., it was amazing.
What can you do? It happens. Sometimes you got to eat at 9 p.m.
So, yeah, had that going on. I used some Lyft again. I'm pro Lyft over Uber, I think. I think I've gone straight Lyft now since Chicago.
Do you even Lyft, bro? You could say, yes, I do.
Yeah. How do you think I got here? So got that going for me. What else? It was a star-studded week.
Nice.
Yeah, I slept for 10 hours last night.
Nice.
But outside of that, most everything I think I've gone over. It was a good week. I got I also bought a new paracord bracelet with the American flag on it, as you can see. Lovely. Paracord, apparently, you can cut the bracelet apart, and it can like help save you if you get into dire straits.
Well, if you got your money for nothing.
Or I'm pretty certain you can also cut them and use them to choke people. But hey, neither here nor there.
Listen, sometimes you got to choke a bitch. Who's to say?
Not sure. I played The Godfather on the Xbox. I know how to make this shit happen.
The overly profiling game you got from EA.
Yes. True story. I actually got 2 versions of it because if I remember correctly, the original version I got was for PS3. And then I was like, I don't have a PS3. They're like, oh, well, here's The Godfather for the Xbox. And I'm like, do I look like I only want to play The Godfather? Is that what's going on right now? Or?
What do you guys take me for? Sons of bitches.
And then I was like, sure, I'll take it.
Yeah, but not because of this blatant disregard for my ethnicity. It's just because it looks like a cool game.
I did find my EA Sports golf balls, though, recently. I still have them. Well, first of all, because I never played with them. But second of all, what was that? The 2006 draft?
Yes, it was in Vancouver.
12-year-old golf ball still in the container.
Want to do that math again?
13-year-old golf ball still in the container.
Nailed it. Second time.
12 seasons golf balls still in the container.
12 seasons worth of golf balls, everybody. Oh, Lordy. That's a good one. Nice.
But yeah. So that was my week. How was your week?
Well, as you can tell, things are changing on the video side of things. That's because Jen's son is in town for the month. So we rearranged the studio because that's the spare bedroom. Not for long, though, because Jen and I are moving into a new place. Woohoo! One with more bedrooms, so I can have a studio room and not have to convert it into a guest bedroom.
Studio room, which is actually for all the Oyos.
Listen, I'll get to that in a second, because I got a little bone to pick with the Oyos.
You do? Oh,
Jesus. Little bone to pick. So, anyway, we'll get to that in a second. So, yeah, we rearranged the room a little bit, and then we're going to start moving here once we start signing the lease, and probably in another week or so, we'll start moving stuff in. So that'll be cool. And all in all, it's actually not for one more bedroom and one more bathroom. It's not that much more. So I'm happy about that.
That's good. That's very good.
Yeah, and we get rid of our rental because it comes with a garage, so we get rid of our storage space, so that kills that too. So
man, saving you money.
And how, man? 85 don't have to take close. That $85 difference. I'm fine with that. So yep, I did that, and so as I told you in the Voxer discussions we had, Johnny, my Chromebook died. I had the Chromebook for about 2 years. It just ran out of warranty, of course. But
it was a weird death, though.
It's an odd death, and then Jen's computer started acting up too. Like her whole bottom row keys wouldn't work, and her space bar. So I don't know what the hell is up, but my home keys died. You know, the keys that you need all the time. My home keys and my enter key died. So I'm like, well, okay, great. I don't feel like fixing it. It's 2 years old. Let's go to get a new one.
I wonder if this is cat related.
No, because Cat doesn't like me, so he doesn't jump up on my stuff.
Okay.
Jen's we're still unsure about. That could be a possibility. But I got a new Chromebook, and I got a faster Chromebook because instead of 2 gigs, it's now 4 gigs. So I got a 4 gig, 10-hour battery life. It's one of the top. It's a rubber outside, so it's a nano molding on the edges, and is best in class at drops of 3.5 feet.
Yeah, it sounds like it's effectively got its own case.
Pretty much. So I got that going for me. It's got easy grip on the bottom, and it's a 180-degree hinge. So if I want to lay it flat, then I can lay it flat. I don't know why I would ever lay it flat.
I was thinking a dating app hinge. I was like, whoa, wait, what?
Is that a dating app? I've never heard of Hinge. Sorry.
Yeah. Huh. Well, I mean, you probably haven't had to use it, so
it's true. Spill-resistant keyboard. So that's good. But it also, the keys are so raised, you can actually hear me doing the clickety-clacks. So when I'm typing,
nice. So I like that, actually. I like that a lot.
It makes me feel accomplished doing that. So that's good. So yeah, I decided to get that for $199 because I returned a video camera that I didn't want from Chrome or from Amazon. So that was my $199 coming back to me, and then I put it back into a Chromebook. So net gain. A net gain. So yeah, I was pretty psyched about that. But for Oyo. Oyo. Went on their site. And if you go on your site, you know what? I'll do this right now. I will say one thing, and I'll get this out of the way. I'll praise them real quick. Johnny, they did something I never thought they could do. They got us.
They made Stan care.
No, that's something no one can do. They made Mini Ditka.
Are you serious?
They have a Mini Ditka.
That's fantastic. After all these years,
after all these years, and he's playing too. So he's a playtime mini Ditka. He's got the uniform and everything. So I'll bring up. Let's do a little Scotty screen share here. Brought to you by nobody. If you want some ad space on the Scotty screen share, get all up on this biatch. So here you go. Mike Ditka, Chicago Bear legend. Looks just like Ditka.
Looks just like him.
Like Ditka, but mini form. Mini Ditka. Look at him. Like Ditka. Comes with headphones.
That's good. Player likeness.
Gotta love it. Gripping hands and rotating forearms. Bendable knees. Doesn't say if it has dreads for a hat, though. So there we go. But if we go to Oyo,
that should come with the Ricky Waters one for half price.
Should. So Johnny, up here on the scroll bar, what's missing?
Yeah.
What do you think is missing?
Hold on. Really?
I
didn't see any NHL. What did they do?
So
is it under more?
No, it's not under more. Only under more is college and IndyCar. They have IndyCar, but here's the thing: they have
the limited time.
Yeah,
Winter Classic.
Look at Winter Classic. Oh no, category no longer available. So it has this little shortcut to National Hockey League. All right, I'll go to the National Hockey League. Let's hit it here. All right, it's thinking. What's that? It's taking me to my checkout. Hold on a minute. What? Yeah, not even vintage hockey. Only hockey they have is college hockey. No vintage hockey.
Did Oyo lose the NHL licensing?
They shouldn't have, because look, the NHL and the NHLPA stuff is still here. So if they would have updated the entire site, I'm sure they would have taken that out.
Did you buy everything?
I did not buy everything. Nope, they weren't available during Prime Day, so I did not buy everything. I had to double check. I'm like, wait a minute. So I'm trying to find where Oyo sent me the.
I like the note at the bottom that says, "Please remember, there's a limit of 10 figures that you can redeem over your lifetime.
10 free you can get." All right, where are you, Oyo? I have so many people reply to me. So here we go. I asked, I said, at what point should I hit the panic button since I can't find any NHL stuff on the Oyo site? They said, we've sold down for the summer and looking for a line refresh in fall. Plenty of stock at our retail partners while they last. So, I'm a bit panicked because the first thing I thought of was with the same as you. It's like they couldn't have lost the damn marketing thing.
Okay, so I'm gonna say it this way: there is zero chance that they sold everything that they had on the website.
Well, they probably sent it out to retail stores of the area
in Canada
and the U.S. too, like Boston, maybe Detroit. Like I don't know.
The stores at the arenas probably too.
Yeah, the stores at the arenas. I'm pretty sure there's some stuff in the North Dakota.
Why do you get rid of the entire thing though? Why don't you just have the NHL like bar still there and you click on NHL and it's like, we've sold down all of our stock. Please check retail stores. We're going to have a new line coming out in the fall.
I know you're killing me here. They don't even have the NHL. They had a hockey birthday party pack. They don't even have that anymore.
Like that's utterly terrible marketing by Oyo.
I know, and that's why I got a bone to pick with them. Like, why? What are you guys doing? Like, what happened? What happened, guys?
The Kickstarter went to hell. Look at the entire business has gone downhill.
I contributed to it, so I should have some kind of, you should let me know. Holla at your boy, and I could get.
Do you get money back if it's not funded?
Yes, you like for Kickstarter.
It doesn't actually charge you, right, until it's funded.
Right, Kickstarter only charges you if it's funded. A place like GoFundMe is a donating thing where you donate and you lose your money one way or the other. But okay. Kickstarter, they have to reach that precipice before before any money goes to them or any money goes out of your wallet.
Gotcha.
So, my guess is this, and I hope it's this, is that they're with the change of the jerseys, they're just refreshing everything there. I hope to God that's it. God, if I started collecting stuff and they go out of business, then I'm going to have to go on an eBay hunt like no one else's business.
Okay, so part of me would be like, that is amazing because you own half of what they've made ever. Like if you ever wanted to be like, yeah, I'm just going to sell my shit on eBay, like it's pretty rare at this point. Second of all, I think you're right. Maybe they just wanted to update the jerseys. But they've got like literally as soon as the jerseys changed, they're like, "Oh look, vintage stuff we can sell." Woohoo!
Well, maybe that's it too. They're just taking it down so before people can buy the vintage stuff. I have 2 rinks that I haven't bought yet, or I haven't opened yet.
You haven't bought yet.
I haven't bought yet. Jesus, that was a Freudian.
Those were the ones you got for $19.95, right?
$9.95, sir. Thank you. And I have the one that I'm keeping and the one that I want to sell. I'm just like, well, maybe I won't sell it now for a bit and see if they come back. If they come back with a full rink, then great. If they don't, well,
I mean, if it's anything like Legos. So when the Beatles Yellow Submarine came out, I bought one at Target and like put it together because I was like, I want to make this happen. And I talked to some people in England and they're like, we can't buy that anywhere in England. So I went and bought a second one and I put it in my closet.
That's perfect.
And then I was just like, yep. If I wait like 15 years, it was a limited edition run.
Well, I'd say this. I think they're selling down a lot because I'm looking at their MLB Game Time sets, which is the full baseball field, and you can only get the Royals, the Mets, or the Nationals. So they don't have a full team anymore. So maybe they're actually just redoing the whole.
Well, they have them in Target, right?
Oyos? I haven't seen any.
Yeah. Pretty certain that they have like Ravens, like the training kit, and Orioles Oyos at the Target.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, they have Twin stuff here. I haven't seen any Wild stuff, but they have a lot of Twin stuff here.
I have not seen any hockey stuff. But then again, Target doesn't carry hockey stuff.
No. So you shouldn't expect it.
Yeah.
Maybe Modell's would carry it for you.
Ooh. Oh, sorry.
Gotta go to Modell. So yeah, so that's my bone to pick with Oyo.
When I worked near the Arundel Mills Mall, I used to go to Modell's every year that the Capitals got kicked. They got lost in the playoffs, and literally 2 days later, all of their stuff would be 50% off, and I just looked through everything to see if I wanted anything.
Smart way to do it.
I also bought an Italy jersey from Modell's for $10 after they blew goats in the 2010 World Cup, I believe it was.
Sounds right.
They were knocked out in the group stage, and the Italy jerseys were deeply, deeply marked down.
But here's a weird thing: is that they have a checklist. They have a checklist, Johnny, and I didn't know this because I was just looking on their blog. They have a blog. I'm like, all right, whatever. I'll just check it out. It's probably just whatever. Oh, collector stuff. It's a collector's corner thing, which is cool. They have a PDF file.
Okay.
And it is. Are you gonna let me bring it up here? What page is this? Give me a page number, stupid. What page is this? 77 pages worth of Oyos that have been marketed.
That have been created ever.
And this is including minor league hockey stuff. This is including Olympic stuff. This is including
Olympic hockey.
They had Canada Olympic hockey.
Okay. Like, that's pretty cool.
So, like the minor league hockey stuff, I've seen only one minor league hockey thing. It's on eBay. It's a Bridgeport Sound Tigers, promotion. I'm like, it's on eBay
with the no beaner, like,
yeah, exactly. And I'm so tempted to buy it, but I'm just like, I'm moving too, so gotta save some money. But they got like shit.
You should buy it, and if we ever see Rich Bocchini again, get him to autograph the box.
Oh, he follows me on Twitter, Rich Bocchini.
Nice.
Yeah, he's doing independent wrestling announcing now.
Yeah, he's a great guy.
I love Rich. He's the best. He's such a good dude. But yeah, 77 pages worth of Oyos. 77 pages. 77 pages is amazing.
Is that just hockey or all of them?
That's just hockey.
Wow. I would not have thought that they had 77. Are there pictures of every one of them?
No, this is just list.
Oh, wow, that's aggressive.
It's about 19 to 20 a page. So if you do the math,
do know I have a first season Ovechkin and Backstrom that Mark got me that I didn't open.
Nice.
Or put together.
Sell that on eBay. So let's again, Scotty Screen Share brought to you by No One. You wanna bring it up? Bring it up. Here we go. So here's page 1. It's the minor league hockey. So you got your Edmonton Oil Kings, you got your Charlotte Checkers, you got your Grand Rapids Griffins, Lehigh Valley Phantoms, Toledo Walleye. Then you start with Anaheim, Arizona, all the way down. I'm just scrolling through. Now we're in the Bs. Now we're through the Bs into Canada. Now we're through Carolina into CBJ, CBJ into Calgary into more Calgary. There's like 3 pages worth of Calgary.
Pavel Bure?
What?
Did I see a Pavel Bure in there?
No, I don't think so.
Oh.
I just might be scrolling. Okay. Paul Byron. I think Paul Byron. I don't think it was Pavel. The PB.
Oh, that's probably what I saw.
And then we go into Calgary has 3 pages itself. Now Chicago's going to have it like 5 pages because they have like every Stanley Cup team ever. Colorado. We're now on page 25. Now we're on page 26, 27. See, it's 27 of 77. It's a lot of Oyo, John. A lot of Oyo.
This is amazing. So I'm guessing that you're thinking about either one, seeing if you can turn that into a Google Word doc, or 2, printing all 77 pages out at work so that you can check off all the ones you have.
I'm not saying I'm going to do that, but I'm also not saying I'm going to do that.
Retired team exclusive.
Yeah, these are all the promotional ones for the minor league because it's funny because Jen went to the AHL guy. It's like, hey, do you guys have any of these ones? He's like, nah, they're team promotions, so you have to go to the teams. I'm like, all right, I know my goal in life now is to find a goddamn every team that did this and just email them, say, hey, where are your giveaways? Give me some giveaways.
Nice.
I like
so this one. It's basically become Broadcast Monsters cold calling, but instead of you like trying to get onto a show and make money out of the deal, you're like, hey, I want one of your Oyos.
Hey, what does your team do about streaming media? What streaming media, you ask? Well, I'll tell you. And give us money for games.
Now, I will say that they probably have those sitting around somewhere.
I can guarantee you.
I know for a fact that I ended up with some Oreo swag like years after it was given out.
Oh, for sure. Absolutely. So if I email these teams and say, hey, do you have any of this left? My favorite is generic. It's San Antonio Rampage generic player, Colorado Avalanche home uniform. I'm like, wait a minute. How is that a Rampage if it's Colorado Avalanche? So I might have
close enough.
Yeah, I'm sure I'm going to email people and say, yo, what up? What's with your Oyos, though? Be like,
I like it. You can probably find all of their email addresses. It's probably like info@bridgeportsoundtigers.com.
Oh, it probably still is. I'll just find their promotions people. If I don't want to do generic, I'll just find who their promotion is. And like, listen, go in the closet of old crap. And if you have any, let me know and I'll pay for it. Or I won't pay for it. Whatever. You want to give it away, give it away. I don't give a shit.
Yeah. I guarantee you they reach a point where they're like, we need to clean this stuff out. Who wants it?
Yeah. They should do it. Do it with me, with all the Oyos.
That's how I got an autographed Bob Bradley baseball.
Wow, Bob Bradley going deep.
Yeah, he threw out the first pitch apparently after the 2006 World Cup at Oriole Park, and he autographed a baseball.
Wait,
well, they put it in. Yes, Bob Bradley, the coach of the U.S. national team.
Oh, okay.
No, yeah, were you thinking a different Bob Bradley?
I thought it was Bob Bradley from the Seattle Mariners.
No. Even more obscure, the coach of the U.S. national soccer team.
I mean, that was also Phil Bradley, so I apologize.
Yeah, Phil Bradley played for the Orioles as well.
I'm like, well, that makes sense.
Phil Bradley was part of the famous 1989 quote where they said, "The fog and the plot thickens."
Oh, that's right. I forgot.
And the ball guy hit to left field, and Phil Bradley couldn't find it in the fog, and then it blooped over his head.
Oh, Phil Bradley, you're the best.
Man, now I'm gonna have to watch the 1989 Orioles Live video again. But yeah, Bob Bradley coached soccer, and he autographed a baseball, and apparently it was sitting in the back of a closet in someone's office in the Orioles, and people were just looking through baseballs and was like, does anybody know who Bob Bradley is? And Death is just kind of like playing a slow play in it, and he's like, all right, I guess we're gonna throw that out. And Death is like, hold on a second, I'll take it. and he like took it and he gave it to me because he already had one. So I have an autographed Bob Bradley baseball in my house.
Oh God, that's tremendous. Yeah, maybe I have to do that. Actually get a job for a day there. Like, I guess I'll take this. I'll see you guys later. I'm quitting. Oh no. So yeah, that's it. That's that. That is that. All right. Should we get to some news?
Sure. Do you want me to play music?
I don't think we have any music. You can play music.
No injury report?
No, but you can play music.
I mean, I have some music that we can play for news, I'm sure.
Fuck it, play some music.
News.
I love it. I went back and watched some Strong Bad this week too.
Nice.
It's good times.
I was kind of saddened that when Strong Bad came back, it was shit.
Yeah, well, it lost its lust. It's like the reboots on some series that have been gone for a decade. You lose your luster a little bit. What can you do? All right, kids. So here we are. Ice hockey at the Olympics. Apparently, according to some people, whether they're knowledgeable or not, this says the NHL has an alternate schedule just in case there's a last-second deal for the NHL to go to.
I saw this. I saw this today.
Mm-hmm.
And part of me says they have to do that.
Yes.
Right? Like they have to just in case. Just in case there are a bunch of people that are like, we're going to the Olympics, whether or not you like it. They're like, oh, look, we're going to the Olympics. Check that out, guys. So like they have to plan for that contingency, but it doesn't mean that they're opening the door to allow it to happen.
No, not at all. So there's one thing. Another thing is that according to the NHL, they said on a memo to their 31 teams, AHL players on two-way contracts or AHL-only contracts can be loaned to their national teams for the Olympic Games. But these players only can be made available between February 5th and 26th of 2018. Men's tournament doesn't start till the 9th and concludes on the 25th.
Oh.
So, wow. Yeah. The Hockey Canada has come out and said that they will go ahead and have professionals playing in Europe, much like the Spengler Cup team, go against guys playing for Russia in exhibition games to see if that works out for their Olympic team. So
I feel like Russia has a distinct upper hand on this because half of their team was KHL related anyway.
Right. So you're taking the best of the KHL and going from there.
Yeah. It basically is like the Olympics before the professionals went.
Mm-hmm.
Russia had the upper hand.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, another country won.
Like a Sweden or a Finland. And there we go. Yeah. But yeah, the hurdle for the AHL is not being made available for national team exhibition games. So that's going to be a big hurdle for them to get over there. So it's going to be if you watch the Spengler Cup, that could be your Canadian Olympic hockey team, ladies and gentlemen. So don't you dare miss it.
That's not terrible.
No, it's not awful.
What about ex-NHLers?
How do you mean?
Like they're technically not tied to any contract, right? So like somebody that just happened to retire, like maybe young or something for a reason.
Oh, like a Rico Fata can play in this, is what you're saying.
Could play in the Olympics.
Yeah.
Huh, check that out.
Let me see the Canadian Spengler Cup roster from this past Spengler Cup in 2018. Hockey Canada announces their 2016 Spengler Cup. And it's not loading for me. Oh, there we go. That's a good one. That's the Spengler Cup website. Why wouldn't I want to go there? Spengler Cup. There we go. Now, this is also a team where Cujo played when he was holding out. So Cujo played on the Spengler Cup team.
Nice.
So there's that.
Is this is the Spengler Cup team a traveling team?
No, it's basically just comprised of guys from Europe, Canadians in Europe playing.
But they're not actually playing together then. They're just like an all-star team or smorgasbord.
Right, exactly. Whereas these other teams that are playing in it are teams that play in league together. So like HC Davos plays together, and other teams, these other teams play together. So last year, two. Is it only two? I think only two players that played in the AHL or ECHL went to the Spengler Cup. Oh, I'm sorry. Drew McIntyre is also there. Oh, Corey Emerton. So there was a decent amount of guys. So Greg Campbell was on the Spengler Cup team last year. Mason Raymond was on the Spengler Cup team last year. Nick Spaulding, former Predator and Toronto Maple Leaf. Shea Genoway, former Washington Capital and Minnesota Wild. Colby Genoway, his brother. Dustin Jeffrey, former Penguin. Drew McIntyre, a former Carolina Hurricane. So yeah, there are a lot. Brandon Gormley, who was Albany Devil. So he was an AHL.
Get drafted recently.
Who's that?
Brandon Gormley.
No, I don't think so.
Isn't that Chuck Gormley's son, who used to be the Capitals beat reporter and is now working for the Flyers?
Let me check. I do not know. I don't think so, because I don't think Brandon Gormley was born in Charlottetown, PEI.
Gotcha.
So unless they had a baby in PEI.
I thought that Chuck Gormley's son actually played and got drafted, because I thought that Alan May was talking about that, but I could be dead wrong. I remember. I forget a lot of things at this point in my life.
A lot of things run together. I get it.
I'm moving in on the year of the Dominator.
Yeah, exactly. What do you got? A couple more weeks? My God, a couple more days. Not even weeks.
Saturday.
Chet Gormley, NHL Insider.
The whole seat.
Guess what? He's the ESPN senior medical writer, Chuck Gormley.
Huh. He used to be the Caps like
Insider.
CSN guy.
Yeah. Before that, he was the beat writer for the Philadelphia Courier Post.
Yep, that's where he left after the Caps. That's where he went to after the Caps.
Yeah, he went to Millersville University in Millersville, Maryland. Nope, that's wrong. That's in Pennsylvania.
Oh.
So there you go. How about that? Way to go, LinkedIn.
Nice.
So there you go. Canada bringing their Spengler Cup team there. Hopefully the referees will have Cal jerseys, because that's fantastic.
I'm not unless they hold the Olympics in Davos Stadium, I don't think that I want to watch it now.
Well, you should want to watch it, Johnny, because Jim Peck, the head coach of the South Korean team, says the expectation for the South Koreans is gold. And if there's anything, gold medal.
Oh.
My expectation is gold, absolutely. Jim Peck, two-time Stanley Cup winner with the Pittsburgh Penguins. Why do we even play if we don't want to prepare to win gold? In order for us to be successful, we have to think and act like an elite team, win or lose. I don't have a crystal ball, but I know we've prepared extremely hard for the last 3 years. So there you go.
All right.
South Korea, ready to roll. Oh, yeah, by the way, last week we didn't get to this, shockingly enough. Rick Tocchet, your new head coach of your Arizona Coyotes, bet on it.
I think I feel like that. Nice. I feel like that's a good pickup.
When you go from a Dave, yeah, I mean, he was good. He was okay. I think that he's been there before, so that helps not only as a player but as a coach under the Gretzky regime. So yes, he knows the area.
There.
Yeah, he was the assistant coach because he got dinged there when he was still an assistant coach when the gambling ring came out. He was our assistant coach. So it's a big move. They're going to expect a lot of him. He's going to have a lot of young kids ahead of him to go ahead and mold their minds. So we'll see how that goes in terms of their development. But Rick Tocchet, your new Arizona Coyotes head coach, ladies and gentlemen. Johnny, are you ready for this news?
Am I?
Good, because I'm going to give it to you anyway. Gary Bettman says that the NHL has a footprint broader than ever before. Agree or disagree?
No. I don't get it. I don't understand. Are they like, how do you make your footprint broader?
Well, he says
they're still only on NBC. They're still not showing all of the games. They're now not going to the Olympics, which actually reduces their footprint, I would think.
Well, at the Game Changers Creating the Future of Sports conference held at the Pele Center for Media in, I guess this is Toronto. He said, yeah, maybe. That'd be great. Actually, it's Game Changers. Was that the ESPN show? It was called Game Changers? Or that was another thing?
I don't remember.
I thought it was Omar Gooding in that one. I have the DVD set behind me. Oh, what was that fucking team? Whatever. I'll look it up in a minute. So he said that we have a great opportunity to grow in places in ways that we've never been able to do before because we're getting more exposure in more places. Using all the opportunities, all the platforms gives us a way to reach fans that we haven't been able to reach before. If you go back and whether it's the 11 o'clock news or Sports Center, historically, we got less coverage than everyone else. In terms of size of our audience, not their avidity, but the size has been impacted by underexposure. Our footprint is now broader than it has been ever before. That is a direct quote from Gary P. Bettman.
One, he is very good at spinning things.
Isn't he? He's the best. That's why I love him. My favorite. Is there a 2? My thing is this: is that since they went to ML Bam, then I think that's what he's trying to say. That we got ML Bam, and now we're on Twitter all the time now.
So here's what I'm thinking. MLS started in 1996.
Yes.
Literally.
Yes. Legit.
MLS in 20 years, 21 years, has expanded more than one team a year. They have 22 teams in the league currently. I feel like there's a point where MLS is going to catch the NHL.
I think it's there already.
There's honestly there. If I remember correctly, and I could be off, we've already talked about this earlier in the show. I'm pretty certain that MLS has 24 cities right now asking for MLS teams, and they're expanding by one slot.
Well, there was a time where the NHL was like that too, as well. You know, I mean,
but I don't understand how they say that like their footprint is like as big as ever right now. What exactly did ML Bam bring to them? If that's the reason, why they think that their footprint is broader than it's ever been before, could it be because there's more social media than there's ever been before?
Yes.
Could it be because ML Bam is actually doing something, which I don't see?
Nope.
Or could it be that the NHL Network is still playing the same old shit that they always have?
Well, they are. That's a given. I
looked at the NHL Network today. Actually, there were reruns of earlier games throughout this entire season.
I turned on NHL Network today when I got home from bowling. Which, Ben, for the first time in a year, I bowled. I finally got time to go bowling. It was amazing. Still like cherry. And it was right on average, so I was good with that.
Nice. That's good. That's like going out and playing golf and actually playing well, like the first time out.
Yeah. So, and anyway, so the thing with that is that Gary Bettman spinned it so well. People are saying, but wait, isn't there more social media these days, and that's why you have a bigger imprint? No, they're not. They're just like they're clapping. Yeah, he's right. Yeah, let's go hockey. Woo.
But that also stems from all the bullshit that hockey fans have ever done in their entire lives.
Oh, absolutely.
Every hockey fan is like, we love hockey. You should love hockey too. Here, let me tell you why you love hockey. Hold on a second. Yeah. No, don't buy that jersey. No, you don't know what you're doing. Actually, you know what? Don't come to games and do stuff because you're not doing it right.
Exactly.
That's like Perfect. The circle of hockey fan.
Yeah, exactly. The circle of hockey social media is that. So
I just don't get it. I mean, Gary Bettman could literally take a dump in a box and mark it guaranteed at this point, and people will be like, "All right, that's cool. We're not going to fact check. No. Don't worry about it."
Here's the thing. You want to know what's even worse, John? Wait until next year when the salary cap goes up $6 million because of all the revenue that they're going to get because of the Vegas Golden Knights. You watch.
Well, so they
people will
should
spin it.
But they should have extra revenue. They added a team.
They're not going to mention that. They're just going to mention that they added $6 million because of the revenue coming in.
I cannot wait. Actually, I'm just going to say this in all sincerity. I cannot wait until the NHL salary cap is $100 million.
Now I wonder if it's ever going to get to that.
I'm sure it will. You can keep adding teams. If you're going to get a $6 million bump because you added one team, guess what? Seattle, Quebec,
Kansas.
I mean, turn this thing into Oprah. You get a team, you get a team, you get a team. I mean, let's make it happen.
Why the hell not? It seems like the way to go.
I mean, there are so many great hockey players in this world. I'm sure that the NHL can get 3 more teams. Make it a 34-team league.
And you don't think they're discussing things with the KHL, so if that league goes under, it's not NHL Europe? You don't think that that's not happening? I bet you that's happening. I guarantee you that they are discussing if the KHL folds that they will find a way to move NHL into Europe. This is why these European games are back on again. It's why the Japanese games are back on again. The China games are back on again. Like, because
that's actually that's very smart, though. Actually,
that would be genius on their part. Hopefully, it'll run better than NFL Europe. But we can only imagine. By the way, the show is Playmakers.
Playmakers. That's it.
I have the whole series on a DVD behind me. 11 episodes, amazingly enough, and was canceled because the NFL didn't like it. Omar Gooding was in it, so congratulations to him.
They must have showed him the money.
Exactly. No, that was the other one.
Oh,
that was his brother. Omar was on Guts, or no, he was on Wild and Crazy Kids. It's also on Hanging with Mr. Cooper. So, actually, it's Cuba Gooding Jr.'s son. Wait, no. Wait, hold on. No, wait, hold on. No, that's Cuba Gooding Sr. I read it wrong. Cuba Gooding Jr. is his brother.
I was like, that changed quickly.
I'm like, wow, that pumped up a bit. How old is Cuba? No, I read it wrong, sadly. He was also in Ghost Dad. Remember Ghost Dad with Bill Cosby? No, we shouldn't because it's Bill Cosby.
Wasn't Ghost Dad the one that he pretended to be stuck in an Easter Bunny outfit for like days because he was actually turning into a ghost and he didn't want anybody to know?
I think so. In which a widower's spirit is able to communicate with his children after his death.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler.
Sorry.
By the way, it was panned as it wound up as the worst. It's on the worst of all time list, and it was the last time Sidney Poitier directed.
Is it worse than Jiggly?
So, Geely, and probably.
I always call it Jiggly.
Here's a list of films considered to be the worst of all time.
Nice.
Are we gonna get? Well, what do you want to get to? Like what decade? We're split up from the 1930s.
Let's go 90s.
Let's go 90s. All right.
It's our most affordable years. Formidable.
1990, Troll 2.
I did not know there was a Troll 1.
1991, Highlander 2, The Quickening. And
there could only be one Highlander. Didn't they realize that?
An Intensive Care is a Dutch action horror slasher filler called Intensive Care. Then
There's zero reason that I would watch that.
The Italian erotic thriller Cattive Ragazzi, or Bad Girls.
Yep.
That's one. Frozen Assets. Also, 1992. It was an American comedy released in 92 starring Shelley Long and Corbin Burnson. Roger Dorn himself was there.
Okay.
The film was a complete bomb.
Himself during the movie.
Obviously not, because it only grossed $376,000. 1994, North. North. You don't remember North?
No.
Oh, it was the 9-year-old boy who became a free agent from his parents and travels the world in search for the most perfect parents. It had Scarlett Johansson in her film debut. Bruce Willis was the Easter Bunny talking to the kid and trying to be his guiding light. Dan Aykroyd was in it. Kathy Bates
very
was
good
in it.
people in this movie.
Yeah, exactly. It was a lot of people are saying it's Rob Reiner directed it. So
I bet you it's like a cult movie.
It is. I've seen it. It's not terrible. It's not the best, but it's not terrible.
I mean, it's not like Macaulay Culkin died in it or anything.
Yeah, no, that's true. Then we have a Norwegian romantic film called Dis en historisk kærlighed, or A Story About Love, in English translation. So the film calls couples and their love stories from around the world. So it's the first Valentine's Day movie.
So it was later turned into Love Actually.
Exactly. Also in 1995, Showgirls. Which I thought was fantastic.
Now that was a shitty movie.
I liked it.
The only thing that dropped Jesse Spano farther than taking amphetamines.
Oh, that's good. 1996, Striptease with Demi Moore.
Actually, I do remember that movie. I watched that one.
Les Jours et la Nuit, a French romantic comedy, also translated as Day and Night. Batman and Robin.
That was a terrible movie.
That was god awful. But Uma Thurman looked good in it. So did Alicia Silverstone.
I read an article recently about how the director of Batman and Robin, after all these years, actually apologized to everybody for making that movie.
1998, The Avengers.
Huh. That is interesting because that was a decent movie.
Yeah, it was Ralph Fiennes, Uma Thurman, and Sean Connery was in that movie. Then Behind Cinderella in 1998. The British black comedy Parting Shots. And 1999, the one you saw in infomercials at 3:30 all the time on Comedy Central, the underground comedy movie with Vince Offer. But do you know who Vince Offer is?
I'm hoping this is Dorf Goes Golfing.
It's the ShamWow guy. It's the ShamWow and Slapshot guy. He directed a movie called The Underground Comedy Movie. It was one of those movies that was on late night because like, oh, it's so raunchy. But it was akin to like a parody movie, shockingly enough. So it was weird as hell. Like just the commercials for it were just garbage. So if you have a chance to look at it online for the Underground Comedy Movie trailers, I wholeheartedly say you do, because the Slapshot guy's there.
Speaking of garbage, don't they do I'm Only Happy When It Rains?
Yes.
Because somebody today at work mentioned that they were only happy when it rains. And I was like, oh, that's a great garbage song. And they looked at me like I was fucking nuts. And I'm like,
no, that was them. They could
what
be
the
just
hell? Like I literally caught what
reference.
you were putting down, and you were like, I don't know what you're talking about. You didn't realize you were putting it down.
Yeah. By the way, this movie, the Underground Comedy Movie, stars one of the skits is a superhero named Dickman, who is dressed like a giant penis and defeats his enemy by squirting them with semen.
Yeah. Okay. So my first thought goes to somewhere completely different. And so my first thought is this is obviously pre-ShamWow, because if the ShamWow had already came out, then there would be a ShamWow that was like the villain. Yes. And it would like soak up all the semen, so it wouldn't be able to like kill it with it.
Yeah.
My second thought is, what the fuck? Wow.
Shit. So here's some other ones in the 2000s. So Battlefield Earth is on there.
That wasn't a terrible movie.
Freddie Got Fingered.
That was a terrible movie.
Glitter with Mariah Carey. From Justin to Kelly.
Oh, no.
Super Babies, Baby Geniuses 2. The Sex Lives of Potato Men, a British sex comedy. There is apparently a genre of music called British sex comedy.
There are either people that have way, way too much time on their hands, or there are people that have way, way too much money on their hands.
I know. And probably both. You know who doesn't have a lot of time on his hands? That's the sappy fellow who couldn't check his DMs.
I'm going to say this is completely fake.
Fake, totally fake is what you're saying?
Yeah, there's zero chance like that you put yourself into a contest and then don't check to see if you won.
To be fair, I don't get I turn my notifications off for DMs. So it's very possible you could miss your DMs.
But okay, so you're a logical person.
Sure.
I've known you for long enough. I know you're a very logical person.
Yes.
If you were the person that took a selfie, obviously of yourself, that's the way selfies work, and took the time to post said selfie on Twitter to try to win a contest, why would you not take the time to check and see if you won?
You know what? You got a fair
does
point.
Life get in the way all of a sudden, and you're like, oh, it was 3 p.m. and I forgot to check, so I'm going to check in 3 months.
Well, let's see. I want to go ahead.
So dead fake to me and hilarious that the Nashville Predators are actually doing something about it. I'd have told them to pound sand.
I will say this, Johnny. He took this on May 9th, 2016. Wait, no, that can't be right. So June 2nd, he posted that. His next tweet was June 5th of the same selfie. His next tweet was a retweet of the story about how he didn't get it in July 17th.
Okay.
So I'm thinking he doesn't check Twitter that much.
So that's fine. I get it. He doesn't check Twitter.
Sure.
He's too cool for Twitter. I understand that. He's
like
probably a hipster douche too.
Oh, he looks like it.
But if you entered, it's called being an adult at that point, right? Like so we can track this through like any stages of life, really. Sure. Like, okay, I entered a sweepstakes. Cool. I won the sweepstakes. I didn't check my email for 6 weeks. Doesn't happen. Like, hey, I got a coupon at Giant when I picked up my groceries. I didn't use the coupon. It expired. That happens. That is actually a real thing that occurs in 2017. Like, somebody using social media to enter a contest and then not checking the social media is either one, really stupid, or two, it didn't happen. Like, I just don't get it. Like, how do you not check it? Although he did end up making out, right? Because he missed the cup winning game.
He did. Yeah, he did miss out on that.
I don't get it. I don't check Twitter that often either. I put myself into a Twitter DC United thing, and guess what? I won.
Mm-hmm.
And I checked it because I knew what time the contest was ending.
Yeah. So
because I'm an adult.
So apparently, Fudge makes out in the end because he'll get 2 tickets to the home opener where they raise a Western Conference banner.
I saw that. That's dumb.
It's stupid.
There's so many ways that we idiot-proof life nowadays,
and yet here we are.
Like it's. I don't get it.
Yeah.
I don't get it. Like, so when I was a kid, right?
Yeah.
We didn't have social media. We didn't have any of this stuff.
Nope.
When you were a kid, we didn't have social media. We didn't have any of this stuff. Guess what? If we won a contest and we didn't check our mail for 3 weeks, they told you to screw off.
That's true.
You didn't get to like send them back a letter and be like, I'm sorry, I didn't check my mail and I missed it. They were like, congratulations on your tickets that you didn't use.
It's true. We also did have parents to tell us that too. Hey, stupid, you have You have mail.
The guy's an adult. He's not an 8-year-old.
But
he's not an 8-year-old on Twitter that took a picture of himself and put it on there and then was like, "Oh, look, I won, but I haven't checked." He's an adult. What does he do for his life? Like, what is his job? Because I feel like at this point, I would be questioning if he can even start his own car to get to work every day.
Wow, Johnny bringing it hard, and he's right. So let me see what he does for a living. Does he have it in his profile? Probably not.
Why would you create a profile if you don't use social media?
He's drummer at the 24 Church. He's a Comtech 3 at Comcast. Oh, so he works at Comcast.
So now that we're on that subject, him working for Comcast and being late to something makes perfect sense.
It all makes sense now.
I don't get it. I saw that earlier today, and I'm just like, "Yep, sorry for your luck, dude."
Exactly.
Like, you shouldn't get anything extra out of this.
No. Nope, but he is, and it's shitty for the rest of us. This is actually shows that, you know what, if you don't try hard, you'll always prosper.
Right. If you're not responsible, well, so here's life now. If you're responsible, you get more shit piled on top of you. If you're not responsible, other people feel like they have to take care of you.
It's the millennial thinking, brother.
Well, those millennials, when they get into real jobs, are going to figure out life.
Exactly. It's going to be hard and fast, right up the pooper.
What if he was supposed to have gone to like a really cool meeting at like 4:00 where he like was able to get like an all expense paid trip to like Hawaii or something for 2 weeks to work on this project, and he didn't show up to the meeting at 4:00 because he didn't get the email until 3 days later? You think his job's going to be like, "Oh, that's cool, don't worry about it, we'll send you to San Francisco instead"?
You have a fair point, sir. I'm not going to dispute this because you're
It's sad that I can continue to come up with analogies for this because I understand the idiocracy that's going on right now in life.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely, dude. But the Predators want to look like good guys.
So they told him to pound sand.
Exactly. Hey, here's this.
Send him a 6-month supply of David Poyle's hair color.
No, screw that. Send him the giveaway T-shirt of the ticket of the game that he missed.
That would have been funny.
Been hilarious.
I would have been dead on okay with that.
Went out and buy a Predators jersey.
We have a viewer. It's Lyle. So should I email him or?
You should. And you know what? While you email him,
I already emailed him.
Okay,
at
good.
like 6:30.
So Jen got a jersey this week. Jen got herself a hockey jersey. No, she got it for Team LA, but she got it for like 80% off or some shit.
Nice.
I think it was $45. It was $45. As Lauritsen jumps on with us.
Hey.
See, you ask and LIL shows up.
Beautiful. So
that's the wonder of magic.
Fantastic shirt too. Nice.
Yes. Les Expos.
Good old. Gary
so anyway,
Treasure.
Jen got a jersey for $45. It was the yellow Los Angeles Kings jersey, the throwback for this season. It has the 50-year anniversary patch on one shoulder and the All-Star Game patch on the other shoulder for $45.
Wow. Nice.
So
Jen rocks the best. Can I just say I look forward to her regular T-shirt reveals every day. She rocks the best T-shirts.
She's got enough of them, for fuck's sake. Like that's the reason. Like that's the reason why we have to get a new place. It's just because one of the closets can fill, because she has the walk-in closet in the bedroom that should be able to fill all her T-shirts. We think. We don't know. We gotta get more hangers.
Well, you and your YOLOs. I mean, that goes.
Oh God, I wish they were called YOLOs.
What did I call them? What are they? Oh, I'm sorry.
I think you called them YOLOs.
Rolo. What are they called again?
Rolos.
Oyos.
Thank you, Jesus.
But Lyle, they
blame it on the empty glass. There used to be scotch in this.
They killed their hockey line.
Nice.
They killed their hockey line for the summer, so I can't buy Oyos from the site anymore. I have to go on an eBay pillage.
Oh, that sucks.
So now I have to go. Like I'm going to spend all the monies for the eBays.
But at least you have little Stan.
I do. He's right over there. He's over there, not in front of me this time. But but now since the new place, we'll see how it goes. Or we might be saving money with his new Blog Talk Radio. I might get 20 cents, so I'll be able to go ahead and.
How's the new digs, by the way?
Which new digs?
Oh,
he won't be in there until later.
Oh no, I'm not here. I'm not in the new digs until August 1st. We start moving in, so we probably be up and running full time right before I leave for Calgary.
Okay, because there's a different background there to what I'm used to, so that's why I assumed.
Oh, because you're used to seeing me with the stuff over there.
Yeah,
behind me.
There we go. Okay, sorry, Johnny, I didn't mean to jump on you. What were you saying, man?
I was gonna ask a question real quick before we move back into hockey. So, the Gold Cup, right?
Yeah.
In the Gold Cup, when players come in after the first round of the Gold Cup, you can replace 6 players. They have to wear numbers 24 through 29. But the U.S. brought in people that had very established numbers throughout their entire career. So Clint Dempsey is wearing 28, and Altidore is wearing 27, and Howard is wearing 24. There is a very big part of me that wants to buy a Clint Dempsey number 28 jersey just so I can screw with people.
Oh, I would
is
go
that
for
wrong?
It. I think it's right because it's a good buy. It's wrong because you're going to be too cool for the room soccer guy. You become soccer hipster. No, dude, I remember when Clint Dempsey was number 28.
I don't want to be a hipster. Hipsters are
hipster. Don't be soccer hipster, Johnny.
All right, I won't do it.
Okay. Leave that to the Limes of the world. The guys who will get the
he only owns Leeds jerseys and T-shirts. That's all I've seen of him ever.
It's kind of true.
Okay, sorry. I wanted to get that off my chest.
It's fine. No, it's perfectly fine. Lyle, we're talking about this Predators fan who found out he missed out on free tickets.
And this is why if you're going to have a Twitter account, dude, check it daily. None of this.
Why are the Predators coddling him, I guess, is my question.
I don't know. Maybe because his story's so sad and they want to prove that they're, hey, listen, we're...
Please like my team.
Yeah. But, I mean, the whole thing for me is if you're going to have a Twitter account or a Facebook account, if you're going to dabble in social media at all, check it every day. What is the point of you having this? If you're only going to check, I only check it infrequently. Well, you know what? You guys got what you deserve. No sympathy from me. None. Woo-hoo! If you checked your account every day. Again, yes, fortified by Scotch. Thank you. 13-year-old Craig Alecky. New one. But anyway.
That's when they start talking back to you, right?
That's an empty glass. Yes, indeed, when they're 13. Yes. But no, I mean, sorry, dude. Sucks to be you, man. Check your Twitter now. From now on, you'll check your Twitter account every day. Otherwise, if you only check it infrequently, why the hell do you have it? Get rid of it if you don't intend to use it. I mean, I only use Twitter for my work. Okay, such as it is, all hockey-related stuff. I don't go into that's a personal decision I make, but I check it every day. I go through it several times a day because it is a fantastic work tool. And I use it to draw eyeballs to my site and all that good stuff.
See, Lyle liked the picture that I had when I was wearing this.
Oh, hells to the that impressed me, my friend.
See, I brought this on earlier in the show to show
why was it though I started hearing the instrumental theme to Top Gun when I saw that picture?
Yeah. It definitely has that look to it.
It does. It has that Top Gun vibe. Talk to me, Goose.
Yeah, I like it.
But it looks good.
I broke it out on Scotty. I didn't tell him I already had it. I just brought it out on the show.
He popped the music off and whoop, there he is.
There he is. But yeah, I use the Facebook for the more personal stuff. But yeah, if you're gonna have a Twitter account, you're gonna have social media, you check it every day. If you only check it infrequently, well, if you missed out on playoff ticket, boo-hoo-hoo. No sympathy from me.
Yep, there we go.
And I would say that's over too. No sympathy from me.
We're on board, Lyle. Don't worry. So a couple of things we didn't get to.
Yeah.
Before we get to Lyle talking free agencies and crap like that.
Oh boy. Okay, go ahead.
Carolina. Oh, Carolina could be sold really soon. Apparently, there is an investor who is also with the Texas Rangers and he is looking to buy the team at the tune of $300 million.
$300 million.
And the team will allegedly stay in Carolina.
Yeah.
So,
but we don't know. First of all, well, apparently this is just a letter of intent at this stage.
A non-binding letter of intent.
Exactly.
We must add.
And he's a former owner of the Texas Rangers.
Oh, he's former owner. Okay.
Former owner. But he is part of an ownership group, a wannabe, that is interested. Peter Kamanos Jr. is apparently mulling the non-binding letter of intent. But hey, it's a start. I mean, he's been shopping the team for the last 2 years so far, at least.
At least.
Yeah, at least. And I mean, part of the hang up there is, he wants to sell a good chunk of the team, but he still wants to keep his hand in there. And it's just sort of like, no, Peter, no. That's not how a sale goes. I don't buy the car from you on the understanding that you're going to come over and drive it every fucking Sunday. No, sorry, that's not how it works. Okay, or that you're going to decide that you're going to put colored up with a badass paint job, really stupid looking paint job, and decals on the bumper. No, that's not how this works. Okay, you sell the team, you sell the friggin' team. Okay, if you don't want to sell a team, you want to sell part of the team, well, that's fine, but you're still the majority owner. No. You're going to sell to this guy, you sell completely. Now, that being said, is this a legit offer? Is there money there? Because apparently, according to the as my voice goes squeaky for no apparent reason, but again, I blame the Scotch, the 13-year-old Scotch, because it's making my voice break like
maybe that's what it's puberty.
Yes, it's puberty Scotch. But apparently he doesn't even have the money, enough money, sufficient coinage.
Well, that's pretty.
That's
hurtful.
It's just a court, and this is from the Forbes magazine hockey writer Mike Ozanian, I believe his name is. But he's the guy who regularly covers the business of hockey for Forbes, and he came out and said this using the phrase of the year, which I hate already, but he called it fake news. Call this ownership thing fake news. Yeah. Make sure you throw your hashtag in there.
Is this guy's first name Boots?
Who's Greenberg's? Yeah, is Boots in there?
Chuck.
Yeah.
Chuck.
Chuck. Okay. He's not fond of blackberries, is he?
Oh,
he didn't make a previous bid 20 years ago for the New York Islanders before going to jail, did he?
Oh, did they make a 30 for 30 out of him?
Yeah, they did. Actually, that was by the way, can I say that was one of my favorite 30 for 30s? Not because it was hockey related, but just because I couldn't believe how stupid the league was, and that they were willing to talk about it later. Oh my! Well, I will give Bettman credit for that. I mean, he was at least willing to. Yeah. I fucked up, everybody, and here's what almost happened. But
don't worry, we're going to the Olympics forever.
Maybe not.
But isn't this backwards though for a team that's trying to be sold? Like, I very rarely ever hear of teams trying to be sold making trades to make their team better.
But this shows what happens when you get a general manager in there who seem. I feel badly that I'm going to kind of badmouth Jim Rutherford here, because he was kind of put in a bad situation there for a number of years with the Hurricanes. Forced to cut costs and deal players and things like that. But he didn't really do a very good job. I mean, there's a reason why when he got hired by the Penguins, a lot of people were like, "Excuse me, what? You did what? This is going to make the team better? How?" And then he promptly went out and made the team better and won consecutive Stanley Cups. And it was like, oh, guess what happens when you have an ownership that supports you and is willing to do what you're willing to do. Now, that being said, but Ron Francis, man, he's impressing people with his moves here. And he's making it cost effective too. So, maybe that's part of it. I mean, maybe the thing is, maybe Jimmy Rutherford kind of moves in the sort of bigger dollar circles, and Ronnie franchise is, willing to kind of work in the budget, keep everything in a budget sort of thing.
Well, if there's anybody to know how to work in a budget, it's Ronnie Francis during the early Penguins eras, and then towards the end of the Hartford Whaler era as well.
Big time. And listen, can I just say that signing of Jacob Slavin, I really like that. That's comparable to the Justin Falk deal, man. Even though that wasn't correct me if I'm wrong, Scotty. I think that was Rutherford who did that deal.
Yes, I think it was right before he left.
So let's give Rutherford some props here where it's due. But I really like that Slavin signing. An excellent move.
That Slavin deal is one that's not going to have much of. You're not going to see an effect for maybe this year, but next year and down the line, it's going to be worth it.
Oh man,
like Slavin is one of the most underrated guys, and it could be because he plays in Carolina too.
It's exactly because he plays in Carolina. Look, the kid already got a few Norris nods last season as a sophomore playing for Carolina. You know, I mean, yeah, it's because he plays in Carolina. If he was playing for a big a contender in a big market, oh my God, everybody be singing this kid's praises, and they will be, because I'm telling you, watch out for the Hurricanes next season. They're new owner or not, they are going to be a contending team. I'm willing, and this isn't the Scotch talking. I am willing to say categorically, yes, they are going to be a playoff contender next season.
Yeah, and I think they get in. In all honesty, I think they get a wild card spot. They're a great team. Their makeup is great. The addition of Scott Darling this summer has been massive.
And they are fast.
They're
fast.
I think right now all it really comes down to is if they can get it, if they don't hit a patch of bad luck like they have been known to do the past couple of years where they thought they were a contender.
Yeah.
And the best part about the Slavin deal doesn't start till next year.
Yes.
So it's last year of his rookie deal. So and it's 5.3 annually. So if this kid becomes a star, that is a bargain at twice the price.
Hells to the and I mean, and look, I'm wondering. I mean, what are they going to sign Sebastian Aho to? Aho. Thank you.
Use
Aho. But I wonder what they're going to sign him to. I mean, I can see him getting the same sort of deal. And I mean, that kid, he's gonna. He's gonna take off next year.
Like we were talking to the Section 328 guys at the draft, and they're pretty hyped. Like those guys,
I like him a lot, and I'm not even a fan of the Hurricanes.
I became listen. He caught my eye in the World Juniors 2 years ago. I was just like, wow, this kid is just tremendous playmaker, and as you said, speed to burn. Man, so
and I'm looking at the jersey closet right in front of me, and I see two Carolina Hurricanes jerseys, both Jen's. I don't know why she has two jerseys of the Carolina Hurricanes, but I'm sure one will be
a Stahl jersey. There, one of them have Stahl.
No, they're all they're not personalized, but I'm sure one's going to be an Herbe jersey.
There you go. Wow, Arturs,
got to.
But Carolina, sale or no sale, owner new or not, watch that team this season, because they're going to be something hey, maybe could they be could they be next season's Columbus Blue Jackets?
Oh, I was going to say Predators.
Well, I wouldn't go that far, but Blue Jackets?
Well, no, Scott Darling can steal you some games in the playoffs. He's proven that.
Yeah, he can do that. Yeah, he has better playoff luck than Bobrovsky.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, Johnny, what were you chuckling about?
Speaking of one of those jerseys being an Herbe jersey, I'm working on 10 years of a 6-month plan of getting Fedorov put on the back of my White Capitals jersey.
10 years of
the Edmonton Oilers method could work.
As long as you got a plan,
bud. Gotten around to it.
As long as you got a plan, bud.
I'm trying to figure out which god awful goaltender from the Baltimore Bandits during their last season I'm going to put on the back of the Bandits jersey I have. I'm thinking Mike Bales. I don't know why. He is the new goalie coach for the Carolina Hurricanes, oddly enough.
What was his number?
35, I believe.
Oh,
sorry. While I'm doing this right now, I just seen on Jen's,
I feel like if you have
Jen's
a Mike
Twitter
Bales
feed.
jersey, you have to have like a Batman T-shirt underneath of it or something.
Anyways, I say, Jen just said, son, who is the ultimate warrior? Me, reaching for YouTube at the speed of sound. That's the ultimate warrior, son.
As soon as, Scotty, when you hear the door close and they come back and we're like, we got Slim Jims.
Oh, yeah. Dig it.
Oh, yeah, brother. By the way, apparently there was something that came out. One on YouTube. It was a cooking show with Randy Savage and The Big Show.
Oh, that would be awesome.
It literally, I think it happened in 1999.
Well, of course it did.
And if I find that link, I'll send it to you, Lyle. But
there was a point in my life where I actually looked for a one-armed singlet because I was going to go out with a bunch of people and go as the Little Show.
Oh man, that would be great. I won't lie, that would be great.
Wow.
Little Show. And bear in mind, I'm only an inch taller than you, so you're not that little. I mean, you know, I'm not that tall, but still, that'd be fantastic.
Well, that was like there was a consecutive run of small Halloween costumes because I was a jockey one year, and then there was a guy that was like 6'5" on our soccer team, and I went as Mini Me, and he was Dr. Evil the next year. And then I was going to become the Little Show when we all went out as wrestling stars.
Oh wow.
Oh,
God. A Little Show.
Great time.
Wowzers.
That's why I was chuckling.
Sure. I'm trying to think. All right, so here we go. The 1996-97 Baltimore Bandits. Man, was it a cavalcade of garbage. So you got guys like David Sacco. I know, right? David Sacco was on this team. Sean Pronger was on this team.
Brent Gretzky.
Mike Bales was 35. Ruslan Soleil played 12 games on this team, apparently.
Wow.
Matt Cullen played on this team. Mike Torchetta played.
Matt Cullen played for them?
Yeah, Matt Cullen is the last surviving Baltimore Bandit player in the NHL.
Well, he wouldn't have been garbage back then. He would have been starting a promising long career.
Yeah, he finished 6 games because he left St. Cloud State. So he played 6 games and he's the last surviving member.
Wow.
Who else? Mike Bales is on this team. Anybody else that I know? Tom Askey. I should put Tom Askey on my jersey.
Askey.
But then people will just walk up to you and start asking you questions.
That's true.
Yeah.
No, it says Askey, not Ask Me, you dumb hicks. Nikolai Saligan, Peter Laboute-Tillier. All the hits, Lyle. All the hits.
All the hits.
Mo Mantha was the head coach. It was a great time.
Oh, wow.
A great year. The year before, their first year in existence, they had Dwayne Norris on this team, whose son got drafted in the 3rd round. Yeah, he does. J.F. Jean, Denny Lambert was on this team. Doug Crossman was on this team. Chris Herpinger.
It's so weird that the Baltimore Bandits didn't stick around for longer.
Right? Mike O'Neill. You might remember him from the Winnipeg Jets. You might not. He set a record by playing 74 games in the AHL. So Stephen King was on this team. He took some time out in his writing to do this.
Great novelist. He actually, Stephen King actually lives in Canton.
Nice.
Yeah.
And also Darren Van Imp. All the favorites.
All the hits.
Anyway. Oh, Baltimore Bandits, you're so terrible. Anyway. Also, Andrew Farrence retired. Anyway.
Way to slide that in.
It's fine. Lyle, do you think that the NHL is reaching out, have a bigger footprint that is broader than ever before, as Gary Bettman has said?
I heard that, and then I heard you're talking about it earlier in the show because I do listen in when I'm getting inebriated.
That's the only way to
as
listen.
Most people will do, I'm sure.
Yeah. Gary, what do you said it bad. What do you expect him to say?
Exactly.
I mean, come on. Yeah.
But Lyle, it's gonna the salary cap's gonna shoot up $6 million next year because of Vegas, right? Like
yeah. Through the damn roof. No, what's gonna put it up is if the Canadian dollar goes up and stays up any significant length. I mean, it's starting to kind of bump up toward 80 cents. And that may not sound like a lot, but that's that's like 5 to 6 extra cents on the dollar that against the American dollar that the NHL did not have. So you would see probably the cap go up. Jesus, I would say you could probably see that bump up to 3 to 4 mil for next season if that holds. Now
that makes a lot of money change on billions of dollars.
Exactly. And that's why I'm saying you could see it go up, a healthy rise of maybe between $3 to $4 million if it stays around 80, just staying around 80 cents. So, that I think much more than any of any of Gary's good time cheerleading, yabba dabba doo, life is wonderful, everything's fine, nothing to see here. There's no problems behind the scenes. I usually try and take what Gary says with a grain of salt, because again, what do you expect him to say? He's not going to come out and say, well, yeah, we've got problems, or these are difficulties and this is a thing. For him, everything's great. The only time there's anything wrong is when we're about a year away from a CBA coming to an end, and that's when, well, now that you mention it, we've got problems, and it's all the players' fault.
We added a team. How can we make more money with more teams?
Come on. Well, listen. Yeah, sure. Having Vegas in there will certainly help. I'm not trying to downplay that. It will definitely help, but. And if
not to the absurd amount that I was saying.
No, oh God, no. Oh
no,
my God, no.
But Vegas and the Canadian dollar going up, then you're golden.
Well, yeah,
that's true.
That will help. That will help. So, if Gary seems a little overly optimistic right now, well, those two together, that's why. $6 million? No, God, no. Though, and speaking of the Golden Knights, apparently owner Bill Foley's saying that hey, they're selling more season tickets than the Flyers and the defending Stanley Cup champions and the New York Rangers, and they're right there with the Montreal Canadiens.
The building's not that big. How can they do this?
How great it would have been if he came out if he came out less than a month after they brought out their jerseys. It was like, well, we're losing money.
Guys, this was a terrible idea. Hockey was not the business you got into. We should have paid those MLS fees.
MLS is the place to be.
It is, man. It's the new. Lyle, when does MLS catch up with NHL if it hasn't already?
Next question.
In the U.S., because Canada, obviously.
Oh, in the U.S.?
In the U.S.
Another 5 years.
That's which I think that's padding the stats a little bit.
Yeah, but you asked me for a number.
I say it's another 2-3 years tops. I think it's much sooner. So here we are.
Well, I always prefer to go the more conservative route. So
fair enough.
Sure.
Guys far away apart in contracts. We haven't heard this in a while. Ottawa, Ryan Dzingel.
So close.
Ryan Dzingel in Ottawa, $1 million apart. Colton Parayko and St. Louis, $1.4 million apart. What should we do here, Lyle? What are we thinking about? Especially with Parayko. Dzingel, whatever. Parayko is I would say an important part to the St. Louis team already.
Parayko's getting his money.
Yeah, and he's going to get paid.
If he does not get that full amount, he will get close to. Okay, this is the thing we got to remember. These are coming up close to but these are, the arbitration numbers that have been swapped. These are the early guys here, the guys that are going in the 20th and the 21st. We're hearing about them right now, the numbers that they've exchanged. Like Dzingel, he'll be re-signed probably by tomorrow morning. We'll wake up and we'll hear, he's on the 21st. Yeah, he's on the 21st. So we'll wake up Friday morning and we'll hear that, the Senators re-signed him. I'm guessing $1.5 million a season is what he'll get. They'll get that sorted out. Parayko, as you said, he's getting paid because he is a very important part of the Blues roster, especially that defense score, and especially now that Kevin Shattenkirk's gone.
And he should, too.
Oh, God, yeah.
Man,
absolutely right, Johnny. Jesus. He's only been in the league 2 years, and man, that kid is already one of the best defensemen in the league, and he is only going to get better. He's what, 23, 24? Something like that, right? I think
so. Yeah, it sounds about right.
Yeah, because he did university time up in Alaska, University of Alaska, Anchorage. So he's going to get paid. He's this will get resolved. I will be shocked if that actually goes before an arbiter and he gets an arbiter awarded contract.
24 years old and Alaska Fairbanks.
Boom. Yeah. My bad.
He was a
Alaska
Nanook,
Fairbanks.
not a Seawolf.
University of Alaska Fairbanks. My bad.
He got a business administration's degree.
Of course he did.
Debits and credits.
Yeah, exactly.
Smart kid. But yeah, he's going to get the big one. The one I'm more interested in watching is Tomas Tatar. You want some tartar sauce with that? Him and the Wings are apparently 1.4 mil apart. That's the big gap right there. I guess the Wings offer 4.1. He wants 5.4, I think, something like that.
That sounds about right.
In around that ballpark. Anyway, it's a significant chunk of change apart. That's the one I'm more interested in seeing. Because that one seems the most likely to head to an arbiter. Now, again, we have to remember these things. In most cases, these things get resolved like day of before they go in to see the arbiter, and there are instances where it goes before an arbiter, but there's a 72-hour period from the time the hearing's held to where the arbiter reaches a decision where the two sides can sign a contract and avoid that as well. So we got to keep an eye on that as well. But yeah, Tatar's the one that I'm going to be watching because that's the one I think is right now most likely to go before an arbiter.
I'm going to say that there's nothing more fun for the off season for me than reading about arbitration.
Are you being facetious or are you actually serious?
I love how the team comes in and it's like, we think you're crap. And the player comes in and is like, I think I'm God. And then they're like, all right, well, we'll meet in the middle. Okay, sounds great. We'll see you. Have a great season.
But this ends up but in most cases, when it goes before arbitration, it gets an arbitration award contract. That's usually the first step toward that player heading out the door when that contract's done.
It's like a vote of confidence.
You think that lowly of me? Okay, I'll accept your penny ante 1-year contract, and then you can kiss my ass as I'm on the way out the door next year.
That's why I find it so awesome.
Good. It is funny when it does go that way,
It's funny when it doesn't happen.
Like reading what went on. That's all that I like.
You'd love to be the fly in the. Well, the one that I always wanted to get behind was the one between the Canadians and PK Subban. Now, yes, they did end up agreeing on a contract, but that was when team owner David Molson stepped in and said, "Sign him." Okay, sign him. And I'm sitting there going, I got to give it up to Subban. I mean, my God, people talk trash and garbage about him, and he comes up with it just with a smile, just like, I don't care. Yeah, whatever. Don't care what you think.
You know when that's going to come out, Lyle? When he writes the book after.
Oh, yeah. That's what's going to
pre-order that book.
Because what did they say to the Canadians? What did Bergevin say to justify that?
And what was it that didn't get what's his name fired? Bergevin fired if David Terry and that the owner David Molson didn't come in and just say, "Why are you not paying this man? You're fired."
Yeah,
and get somebody else that will pay him.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, when the owner has to get involved and say, "Okay, this has gone far enough. You are paying him. Pay him this much, and end this." We should have really saw that was the beginning. That was the true beginning of the end of Subban's tenure in Montreal.
Oh, yeah. I think we all saw it, but we didn't want to admit it.
But we didn't want to admit. Yeah, I know I did. Speaking purely as a Habs fan, oh, yeah. In my gut, I was like, this is not going to end well. I don't see PK finishing that contract in Montreal. But he's under contract. But it's okay. It's okay. Being a Habs fan, I let emotion get the better of the common sense that was talking to me.
What, a Habs fan letting their emotion get the better of him?
I know, it's so rare.
That's silly.
I know. I've been taking medication for it, and it's worked very well. But
why
anyway,
is it empty? Why is it empty in front of you?
Because I've been taking the medication.
Oh, okay.
Okay, if there was still medication there, it means that I'm not medicated enough yet.
Fair enough. I got it. I got you. So Lyle, AHL or Spengler Cup team, which one would you take for the Olympics?
Spengler
Cup. I was going to say the same damn thing.
Spengler.
Cup team.
No, listen. If you're not going to take pro, then Spengler. I want guys. I want to see guys that, at least the Spengler Cup guys. That's the highlight for a lot of them. That's the highlight of their damn season. So
and even as a quilt work team that comes in and only has 2 days of practice, maybe they still go out and win the goddamn tournament almost every year.
Yeah, I love it. I mean, for God's sake, Curtis Joseph made an NHL comeback based on a Spengler Cup performance.
Yeah,
and rightfully so. And rightfully so. He earned that, man. So yeah, no. The thing I find funny though, the Russian sports writer and transplanted Russian now living in America, Slava Malyamud. He said that sources that not sources he had, but one of his fellow sports writers over in Russia was saying that apparently the Russian players, Russian NHLers, supposedly were told that the NHL has a super secret
That's who
plan.
I heard it from. Yeah, they have a backup schedule.
A backup plan,
really
a backup
good,
schedule.
by the way. He is really good at what he does also.
That they're gonna but they're gonna have this backup plan and that they're gonna go to the NHL after all and blah 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 and Ken Campbell of the Hockey News came back and said, well, for what it's worth, every source I've spoken to said there's no way, in the NHL on the league side or the PA side, that there's no way the NHL is taking part. But apparently there's some kind of pushback, I guess, not just for Russian players, but I guess from North American players as well. I mean, guys like Crosby apparently are pushing back on this against the league's decision not to participate, that they want to go,
which is odd to me.
But so we talked about this before, right? Like, what if Crosby is one of the players that's pushing back?
Well, I mean, they got to listen, don't they? The league's got to listen. This is your poster boy, right? And if he's willing to stand up, then all of a sudden you got a growing core of Canadian and American players who normally would just toe the bottle line, going, well, wait a minute, if Sid wants to stand up for this, well, yeah, I want to go too. Yeah, it could have now. If there's any truth to this, it could be a snowball effect. So, but for now, the intrigue continues. Apparently, the latest thing is that they could go as far as August, into late August, and still make a decision to go. I personally don't think they will. I hope to God I'm proven wrong, but I don't think they will. I think
I'd rather a Spengler Cup team go.
I would too. Go Spengler Cup.
Let those guys go ahead and have a time.
Damn right. Let that be their moment. I don't care who
rather
wins
the
it. Let that be their
amateurs go, as long as the amateurs are going to continue to go.
Yeah.
If this is the one-off Olympics that the amateurs play because the NHL doesn't feel like they're going to go, and then all of a sudden the next Winter Olympics that's in
China.
I think it's in China.
Yep, China.
Like they go to that one.
Mm-hmm.
That I have a big issue.
Well,
with that.
that's
You're either in or you're not.
Exactly. I do, but I do to an extent. And hear me out.
Okay.
I do because unless they write it into the CBA like they did with the prior Olympics, like if the PA makes that the hill they die on, then you got some stuff. Then you got pushback and a full force of pushback. And I think that's the only way. In all honesty, that's the only way it becomes not a farce. Because after China, what is it? Like, I don't know, Denver? Like,
I don't know. I don't know.
Liechtenstein
can hold whatever the hell they want to.
They're running out. Well, Calgary apparently wants to try and get back into it again.
Good luck.
Oh, I know, but that was the word a year ago. Calgary apparently wanted to have another kick at the cat.
So they have a potential bid possible.
Yeah.
But guess what? There ain't no goddamn way they're getting wet with the Saddle Dome being the way it is, or with any of their arenas being the way they are.
I know they got to have a new arena built. I think maybe that's what they're looking at. Is that maybe if they get? I think maybe they're looking at it as that could put the pressure on to get a new arena built. Is if they're gonna if they get the 2026 Olympics.
Here are the potential bids for 2026, according to Wikipedia, the source always known for its top-notch reporting.
And accuracy. Don't forget accuracy.
Yeah, Almaty, Kazakhstan, which was the runner-up. It was the runner-up to Beijing in the 2022.
Well, maybe I should not chortle so loudly. Sorry, Kazakhstan.
Calgary, Canada, of course. Erzurum, Turkey. That one you can chortle about. Because they want a possible Olympic bid for 2026 or 2030. In Brunswick, Austria. That is one. In Brunswick, Austria.
Innsbruck. That's spelled wrong. It's not in Brunswick. It's Innsbruck, Austria.
Nope. I went bowling today. It's in Brunswick.
Yeah. That's good. It smells like also.
Innsbruck, Austria. Of course, they held the 64, 76, and 2012 Youth Winter Olympics there.
See, the reason why I know it's pronounced Innsbruck is because I watched the 76 Olympics. I was 13.
How old are you?
I am ancient. I'm justified in ancient.
Too.
Sapporo, Japan.
And I remember that one from 72. I watched that one too.
I remember that one because of the beer.
That's true. Sion, Switzerland.
I have a Sion, Switzerland.
There you go.
And I have a Patagonia. Sion TC. I think that's actually one of their ski slopes.
Yeah. And Patagonia, Argentina, because the clothing will be fantastic.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
True. Yeah. They make great hats.
From Argentina. Canceled bids. Here's the fun part: the canceled bids.
Mm-hmm.
Stockholm, Sweden. They had a syndrome and they just couldn't do it. Helsinki, Finland, featuring Lillehammer, Norway. They canceled.
That's already occurred.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they wanted to go back again. So,
Asta, Italy. Here's one. Grubunden and Partners, Switzerland. It is literally Grubunden and Partners.
Grubunden and Partners.
It was supposed to be the canton of Grubunden. They weren't referring to a host city. The host city was supposed to be St. Moritz, and they refused. Zurich then refused, and they're just like, all right, the hell with it. We're canceling it. Barcelona, Spain. Dresden/Berlin, Germany.
This place is dead anyway.
Auckland and Queenstown, New Zealand. That would be the Summer Games for them. Get it? Because they're upside down. Boston, United States of America.
Boston.
And Quebec City. Canceled bid.
I'm actually surprised that the East Coast has never put in a bid for the Olympics.
Has there ever been an East Coast Olympics? I'm trying to think.
Atlanta.
And I forget about
Lake
Atlanta.
Placid
was a Summer Olympics. But I'm actually surprised that like Washington D.C., Baltimore hasn't put in a bid for the Olympics because they could play in like Philly. They could play like there are so many places that have stadiums in this area.
Why not just
put
together a Mid-Atlantic bid? Like
that's what I mean. Like
Philadelphia
something like that
can be
would be
hockey.
amazing.
Baltimore can be something. Delaware as a whole can just be skiing.
Right.
Just put the ski slope right in Wilmington. Who cares? Just put the ski slope in Wilmington. They'll shut off the Dover. It's fine.
Wouldn't it be great when the skiing events are at Wisp?
Oh God, that's a deep one, kids.
Sorry, I got Scotty.
That was a good one. That was a good one. Anyway, there should be, and then like the Virginia gets something too. I don't know, like bobsledding. Here's the problem though: you couldn't have
Winter Olympics in the Mid-Atlantic because it'll be 80 degrees in February.
Well, that and the fact that you couldn't have cross country or you couldn't have biathlon in Philly or Baltimore because God knows what will happen. They're like just open rain for gunshots.
Yeah, there are more people outside of the event that have guns than the people in the event. See, the local topical humor really gets Scotty. I like
Jimmy Little J Cummings is in the lead of the biathlon, and we didn't know he was entered. Shooting a MAC-10 rifle. That's probably not legal in IOC.
There's like one person in the back yelling Omar's coming, and he's actually like skiing up behind the guy.
We go to local announcer Chuck Fletcher. I don't know there, honey. Just skiing down there, just start shooting a rifle off there. I'm just sitting here in Canton having a natty bow, trying to enjoy the Olympics.
Oh, it was so bad that Scotty couldn't take it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God. It's warm in here. All right. So Spengler Cup team is going to go to Canada for the Olympics.
Yay!
Woot! So does the United States send a Spengler Cup team, or is that not a thing?
No. Spengler Cup's invitation only. And the I don't think the only time that a U.S. team has gone has been minor leagues, and it's been Rochester, the Americans, both times. And I think a college team went over back in the 80s.
Interesting.
So, yeah. The only two teams that are in every year is Davos and Team Canada.
Yeah.
And that's it. They're like, screw it. That's it. We're shutting it down. This year, it looks like the Swiss national team will be playing in the Spengler Cup. The HC Davos,
smart, actually.
Dynamo Riga will be playing. Mountfield HK and HPK Hämeenlinna from Finland.
The Heartbreak Kid from Finland.
HPK, not B.
I'm sorry.
Nice.
HPK.
That'd be better.
So
that's
so
a way different thing when you take a skate to the face, Lyle.
Yeah,
so,
I was gonna say.
so Helsinki PK Subban is going. HP.
There it is.
There we go. Okay, because you're right. Yes, Johnny. I don't want to take a skate to the face. No.
Yeah, the super kick with a skate on is
that's a
different.
super kick with authority. By God.
After reviewing the play, he super kicked the puck in the net. No goal. Do you like my Cal jersey?
Go Cal.
He's cut. Oh, sorry.
My God, would somebody just stop the game?
Enough.
I swear to God, he's broken in half. At least his leg is.
That's it. They killed him.
Puppies! Okay, that was weird.
Could that have been the most truest, honest to God call in wrestling history, where all the script went out the window? The most honest thing, where the announcers are actually genuinely afraid for a man's life, being that infamous Hell in a Cell match between Mankind, Mick Foley, and The Undertaker. The first time when he throws him off the table, I mean, that's one thing. But when he goes through the top of the cage, which was totally unplanned, and you know, you just hear Jerry the King Lawler go, "That's it, he's dead."
Yeah,
like it's just that reaction, just ooh, you know, just ooh, we just watched a man die in front of our very eyes. Yeah, oh my God, the most honest call ever, I think.
I'd say
that has to be the last time that they allowed people to be on top of the cage, right?
No.
They did it a few more times after that, but they made sure that it was very strongly reinforced, because it very obviously wasn't for that match. They were busting through it even before, you know, just as the match started, they almost fell through.
Yeah, Johnny, they got the long fence people on it, so they're good. Yeah. You know how that is.
I saw that meme, the one where there's all the water on one side of the fence that's like piled up 6 feet, but no water on the other side of the fence. I've seen that picture.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of wrestling and water, did you guys hear what happened to Shane McMahon today?
Oh yeah, we started the show with it.
Oh, did you? Oh, okay, sorry, I missed that. Yeah, only Shane McMahon be in a helicopter that ditches in the ocean and just walks away and just like, yeah, oh, I was cool. My pilot was cool, so I was cool. You know,
we were wondering if this made it look like it was a helicopter pilot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We just he comes off the plane, you know, comes in from the ocean. Here comes the money. Why is he doing a dance? He was just in a crash landing.
What I loved about that is because, you know, I'm following Twitter, and all of a sudden I see, Jesus, Shane McMahon's popping up my Twitter feed. What the hell? So I click on it, and at first there's the news reports on, oh shit, he was in a helicopter that ditched in the ocean off Long Island. Oh, but they ditched safely and no worries, and everybody's fine. And then it's followed by like 20 memes showing him jumping off the top of Hell in a Cell through a table after that, going, well, of course he walked away. If he could walk away from this.
By the way, that's right, Johnny. Shane McMahon went to the top of the Hell in a Cell a couple years back and jumped off into a table. So
yeah, onto a table.
Was it the Spanish announce table?
Oh, of course
I think it was. Yes, obviously.
Of course it was.
Or
they
was
don't have that anymore now. You notice that? Whatever happened to the Spanish announce table?
No, on pay-per-views they do.
Oh, yes.
I don't understand.
Spanish announce
table made by people at IKEA. Like, I don't get how it breaks so easily.
Well, here's how it's set up now: is that the Spanish announce table and I think the German announce table are in its regular commentating tables.
There's a German announce table now too.
No, because there's a back row now. That's you got your Mandarin, you have your Punjabi, you have your Russian, you have your Japanese, you have your whole announce team on the back end of it too. So
I would love to hear WWE in Punjabi. If it's anywhere near as good as Hockey Night in Punjabi, that would be awesome.
Well, considering they have Jinder Mahal as the world champion, then yes, I think it'd be fantastic because they'd be so pro Jinder.
I see what you did there. Yeah, you get Sean Leahy's vote, my friend. Yeah, you get Sean Leahy's vote.
I don't know why that's a legit thing. So I don't know why I would get his vote. It's actually a fact. Jinder Mahal's world champion.
Yeah, no, I know, but I also saw what you did with Ginger. And never mind.
No, I just can't speak. That's why I said Ginger.
I've used this already. Okay, it's starting to wear off.
It's fine. No, I got much mouth. So, though I would like to see Sean Leahy and Sheamus tag up together.
Separated at birth?
Exactly. No, they do a remake of the movie Twins. And obviously Sean Leahy's the Schwarzenegger part.
Well, of course. Because he's got the mod for it, obviously. You know.
Oh,
yeah.
Man.
Well, he has time to work out.
Body like a bag of milk. I'm a good one to talk. Yep. Right. Love you, Limes. Still hope you land on your feet soon, brother.
I love me some Limes. Why am I still... Oh, yeah, that's right. Apparently, the son is curious enough from the living room that he tuned in. So,
yay!
All right.
Is that who's talking to me right now on the live chat?
Possible.
Could be.
Very possible.
Who's the old drunk guy he wants to know?
It's Scott. Oh, Lyle.
No. Hello.
So I think that's perfect. So WWE Sheamus with Sean Leahy.
Sean Leahy.
Oh God, that's great.
Oh, it's got to happen. It's got to happen.
Oh, it has to. Like
brothers
now.
Yeah, brothers from a different mother. There you go. Of course, we say that about all gingers, but there you go.
Well, yeah, no, they're all the same.
Yeah, exactly.
I love it. It's a great idea. It's $1 million idea. So there we go. What else do I have? Anything else? Lyle, you have anything else to talk about? I really don't have much of.
No, not really. I mean, last weekend on my side of my soapbox, I kind of touched on just did some CBA musings, just because there really wasn't a hell of a whole lot to talk about right now, and. Oh God, like I said, I'm really not in the mood to sit down and talk about in 2 years' time when either the league or more likely the NHLPA triggers the early out from the CBA, and then we get one season with that hanging over everybody's heads again. Good times, because 2012 was so 5 years ago. We need more of that, big time.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Because I wrote a story on ScottyWise.com. About Shane Doan and Jarome Iginla.
Yes.
Who gets signed first? Doan, Iginla, or Jágr?
Ooh, oh man.
Gun to your head. You have to pick one.
That is a trifecta.
God, that's tough. That I won't lie to you. That is a tough call. God. All right. Okay. I'm going to say Doan. I'm going to say Shane Doan. I think at this stage he'd be a good complimentary fourth line guy, fourth line right wing. Brings in the leadership and experience, can still chip in a little bit for you offensively on the checking line. I think he'd be the first one. I think he'd be the first. I know Jágr. Yeah, had a respectable totals last season, blah, blah, blah. But, I almost get this vibe that it just seems to be, maybe it's just me being paranoid or whatever, I don't know, or probably the Scotch. But I just kind of get this vibe sort of around the league that people just kind of looking at Jágr like he's only just trying to prolong his career for himself and that he's not really helpful to a team. And I'm not saying that he wasn't helpful to the Florida Panthers, because God knows he was for the 2.5 seasons he was there, or 2.25 seasons. But I just, at this stage, you'd think if there was a real need for him that he would have been snapped up by now at least.
Yeah. See, I think Iginla of the three, because
that's a good pick too.
Because I think he's got a little more juice left than he does, because Colorado stalled him badly.
Oh God, yeah. Listen,
like,
hey,
that took 2.5 seasons off his.
Yeah, that I mean, to be fair, yeah, when he got dealt to the Kings, he regained his bit of his scoring mojo there. He kind of looked like the Iggy of old again, you know.
And if I must say, he has to stay out west because that is a slower game than out east.
Yeah, he does. And don't forget, he's a notoriously slow starter. I mean, even back in his prime, it always took him a couple months to get going, you know. And then once he did, he was fantastic. Yeah. So, and
it's also one of those things where it's just like, he wants to be on a contending team. Guess what? Yeah. I'm sorry, not going to happen until the trade deadline. So you have to go with a sad sack team before you kick it up to.
But you know, there are still some folks in Calgary who want to see him come back to the Flames and finish his career there.
Oh, sure. But are they a contending team? I guess that's the question.
I think they can be.
Okay.
They're certainly a playoff club. And to be fair to Jerome, I mean, he made an excellent point in a recent interview saying, you know, listen, there's 15 teams in the league. Any one of them has the potential to go all the way. And the way with the parity is now in the league, he's right. I mean, Jesus, you know, you think back to the start of this calendar year. If you had said that the Nashville Predators were going to be in the Stanley Cup final, people just would have just dismissed it. It was just, yeah, right. You know, I mean, diehard Preds fans would have probably said, yeah, there's a chance. But even some among that group of Smashville probably would have been like, you're being a little overly optimistic.
Yeah.
You know, but they made it, and in convincing fashion. And so, yeah, you know, there's 15 teams. You could sign with a playoff contender. Who can say? Who can say?
Not I. That's who.
Yeah. But I mean, listen, you know, I agree with you though too. I mean, again, that would be a good choice as well. You know, all three of them I think would be worthwhile signings for a team just on a very affordable 1-year deal. You know, I think they could all get, you know, one last kick at the cat. You hate to think that they'd have to go training camp invite route, but
by the way, is that the actual thing? Kick at the cat, or is it kicking a can?
Both. Kick of the cat, kick of the can. They're both correct.
Kicking cats.
I am, but they won't get out of the damn way.
I don't. I own 2. I don't kick them.
I got 1. He's an asshole. I don't like him that much.
I got 2. They're adorable.
Oh, well, look at you.
Dude, does the thought process that the NHL is becoming a faster game play into the fact that people don't think that those 3 players, Doan, Iginla, or Jágr, can still play?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, even in this fancy stat world, because someone was arguing Johnny and I, well, debating with Johnny and I wouldn't say arguing, debating with Johnny and I that Jágr would be a great pick because
you know what the best part about that entire conversation is that it was literally the telephone for me because I only got your side of it.
Oh, really? Oh, that's right, because he's locked. But yeah, no, he was saying that Jágr would be great because he's great for possession numbers for the Caps. And I'm just like, I don't care. He's older. And I still am bitter over the first time he was in DC.
You know, no. And that not coming back. That did not end well. I don't think he wants to come back. I don't think that Ted Leonsis wants to revisit that very sad chapter.
That failure of a...
Okay, so I'm gonna bring up something, though.
Uh-huh.
There was a guy 2 years ago who was caught with a lot of drugs, and he got kicked out of the league, basically. And the Capitals decided, you know what? Let's take a flyer on Mike Richards.
Well, he wasn't caught with a lot of drugs, but he was
caught with a decent amount of drugs.
Yeah, but he was never charged.
That's true. And I will say this: that the Mike.
I feel like the Caps point are like, hey, let's take a flyer on him. What's the worst? What's the worst thing
Mike
that could
Richards
happen?
deal was only what, $1 million?
That's what I mean. How much are you gonna have to pay Jágr at this point if no one else wants him?
2.5. I still think he's going to want 2.5.
You think that he's still going to want 2.5?
If he's looking for that kind of money,
if he gets into the season and doesn't have a contract, do you think he's still going to want $2.5 million?
Yes, because he's Jaromir Jágr and he's an idiot in terms of just
made
knowing
a
his
shit
worth.
ton of money.
Yes,
he's made enough money that he can take
more.
And he gambled a lot of that shit ton away. There's a reason why he ran over to
also
Russia.
threw a bunch of it into the Volga River. I understand.
There's a reason why he went over to the KHL for 3 years to make the bigger money because that he couldn't get in the NHL because he had some he had some gambling debts to pay off.
He made 3.5 last year.
Yeah.
2.5. I think
he's
him taking a bargain.
If he signs in the NHL this year, it won't be more than $1 million.
Ooh, Lyle, your thought on that?
No.
I don't believe that at all.
If he signs in the NHL, he's getting 2. He's getting 2. Base salary at 2. Base salary at 2, my friend. There's no way he's going to get lowballed that low.
So
he'll go back to Russia rather than.
You think he'd rather go couch than make $1 million?
No, because he'll go back over to Europe.
He'll go to Europe where he'll make more money.
Well, he can go to Europe, fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, he can make whatever he wants in Europe. I was saying if he signs in the NHL, then I don't think it's going to be $2.5 million.
Oh.
Like I don't think an NHL team's going to pay him that much.
Someone will. I think someone stupid will because 3.5 is him taking a pay cut. Let's be honest, guys. Guys, let's be honest. Let's be honest.
I mean, look at all the Stanley Cup rings he has.
He signed
from the 90s.
Yeah,
but at least he has 2.
It's true. He signed for what was it? $5 million deal? Is that what he signed last year? 1 year,
last
5
year?
Yeah, I'm looking at his contract on Cap Friendly. Length 1 year, value 5.515.
Yeah, but that was bonus laden too. There were a lot of bonuses.
But the cap hit was $4 million.
Oh.
Yeah. Whoa.
Yeah, he's not going to make that much.
No. Oh God, no. That goes down.
The base salary was $4 million.
See, it's interesting. The season before, when he signed with the Panthers, 2015-16, that was $3.5 million base.
Yeah.
With a 5.4. It had like 1.9 million performance bonuses to take it up to 5.4. So he had a really good season. And they made the playoffs, and so they bumped it up to $4 million for a base at 5.5 actual annual value because the performance bonuses were 1.515. But this time around, I can see 2.5 million as a base performance bonuses bring you up to 4. I can see that. I can see
the
that.
Caps don't have that money.
Oh no. God, no! They're no. Oh no.
They're gonna file out their bottoms, and not for him. They're not gonna pay that money for him to play third line either.
No.
So
no. Yeah.
Yager's at bottom at this time of his career, unless he goes with a team that's very inexperienced. He's a bottom 6 guy on a good team.
Yeah.
So
I think he's gonna have to get used to playing third line minutes. Now, if he's on now, he could put up some decent points as a third line guy. If he gets
third line guy, top power play guy
on a good team with a team that's got some pretty good depth. I mean, you could end up doing quite well as a third line guy.
Lyle, throwing this out here. Carolina.
You
want to talk about a team that is modeling themselves after the Florida Panthers? Carolina. They have the space. They have the youth. They need the mentor. They need the mullet.
Hey, who can say? Hey, Ronnie. Maybe Ronnie franchise. Maybe he makes that happen. Maybe that's a possibility.
I'm still saying HC Davos though. He goes and plays the Spengler Cup and wins that damn thing, and then retires.
No, he already said he would finish his career playing in the Czech League.
Sure.
Playing Kladno. That's the team he owns.
Who owns the Kladno?
He owns the Kladno.
The Carolina Hurricanes, if you're scoring at home or even if you're alone, $17.2 million under the cap. They can afford him and then
a lot of money.
A lot of money. Elias Lindholm and Joakim Nordstrom are the only RFAs next year, although all their defense is RFAs next year.
Yeah, they got to be careful what they invest long term.
Yeah, no, it's going to be a 1 year. It's a one and done for Yager. Yeah, he's on 1 year deals.
Oh, they're all one and done. I mean, Yager, Ginla, Doan.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely.
I would be very surprised if none of them get signed for next season. But yeah, it's definitely one and done, and it's like low base salary with performance bonuses thrown in there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Absolutely. Well, Lyle, it's been fun. It's been real. It's been real fun.
Yeah, it has.
We will talk to you next week. It's going to be you and me and maybe Sean Leahy and maybe Mark Patanzo.
Cool. Where are you going, Johnny?
Wow, that was a terrible offsides call. I am actually going to the Nationals game next weekend. My mom got free club seats. So we're gonna go and sit in the club level and get Nationals fedoras. So I'll wear that the Wednesday after.
Well done.
Wear the curly W.
Enjoy, man.
So he gets to see the Montreal Expos take on somebody else.
No, he gets to see the Washington Nationals.
Is there one
Montreal Expos?
Is there any Expos left in the MLB?
No. All gone.
That's a shame.
I know. But someday, the Expos will be resurrected in Montreal.
Well, hey, when Jeffrey Laurier screws up this deal with Miami, they'll be right
back. Oh, God,
back.
yeah, absolutely. Big time.
There you go. All right, we'll talk to you next week, buddy.
Talk to you next week, guys. Take care.
Take care. There he goes. Lyle Richardson, SpectresHockey.net, HockeyNews.com, PI Guardian, and, of course, Bleacher Report, where you can find those sweet, sweet slideshows. Johnny, hit us with some shout-outs.
I'm going to give a shout-out. I'm going to the Jake Owen concert on Friday night in Power Plant. I haven't seen him in concert yet, so that should be fun.
Is Power Plant a good venue?
Their indoor venue is actually pretty cool. This is their outdoor venue, though, the one that's actually in the square of everything.
So it's almost like a Merriweather?
No, it's super small. It's insanely small. It's in between a bunch of the bars, on that street, basically. That's leads back to where Have a Nice Day Cafe used to be, and
okay.
Whatever that other bar was that used to live stream video from its sister bars around the world. Yeah, so I don't know what to expect, but I've had friends go and they said it's a cool venue, so it was $20. I was like, why not? I want to go see Jake Owen, so gonna head there. Some other plans this weekend. Hopefully the U.S. National team wins tonight, and then they will play on Saturday night. So I'll go out for that. So yeah, good week planning. Good week coming up. Hopefully, and we're gonna shout out Prime Day, because why else would I have a pair of ski goggles that look like I'm wearing an aviator helmet? I mean, these things are amazing. I want to just kind of wear them out as sunglasses. And I'm not even joking about this. I want to wear them to a bar. Maybe this weekend. Maybe the Jake Owen concert. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I'll shout out Sean, actually, because I didn't do it last week. It was cool to see him back on the show. Maybe we'll get Laura back on the show at some point too.
Yeah. All right. I like to shout out Oyos for getting back to me and calming me down off the ledge. Hopefully they'll have hockey back. God, I hope so. Shout out to PR Lara and a solemn rest in peace to Ludog.
Yeah.
Ludo, the former mascot of the Face Off Hockey Show. So not really a mascot at all. But that dog is pretty cool. So here we are. Prime days as well. Got myself some foam hockey pucks that I can shoot at Jen as she starts to become goalie.
That's cool.
Yeah, so that'll be rad.
In your new apartment.
Yes, in the new spacious apartment. Shout out to New Apartments. And yeah, shout out to the Baltimore Bandits, because why not? All right, that's it. That's all. For Johnny P, I'm Scotty Waz. Take care of yourself and someone else. This has been Face Off Hockey Show on faceoffhockeyshow.com. Listen, kids, we're going to be part of Blog Talk Radio, so get used to the ads. Enjoy it. Click on the ads. Be supportive of us, because we've been supportive of you, kind of. Check out our Twitter, FaceOffHTKY Show, and Facebook, FOHS Radio. That's it. That's all. Until next week, where I'll have another Batanzo with me, just not Johnny P. And we'll also have Sean Leahy, formerly of Yahoo Sports, going to do a shoot interview. Really take those fat cats of the Yahoo Towers down, from what I'm hearing, what he's told me. He's like, Scotty, I got some ish to say. He didn't say that to me. But until next week, guys, peace.